Dude put me on my knees and put on my friggin' forehead, and then he put it in my mouth, and I thought he was gonna blow my brains out. And then I got robbery around the corner on Clementine Street. The first time it was for $5, and the second time it was for $3.
Somebody put a in your mouth for $5.
For $5, yeah.
So, here we go.
My name's Kevin. I'm from Wissinoming, Tacony. I'm addicted to fentanyl, opiates, crystal meth. I mean, basically anything, and basically any drugs, really.
You said where you're from. Is that close to here in Philadelphia?
Yeah, it's basically at the end of the L. It's like Bridge and Pratt.
Okay.
You take the L down, and as soon as it ends in Frankfurt, basically right there.
Okay. And what substances did you say you're using?
Opiates, fentanyl, crystal meth. Anything really that gets me high, basically, and gets me out of myself.
What do you are you shooting up?
Yeah, IV.
IV?
Yep.
And how long have you been using that?
I started using drugs when I came home from the service. I was 21.
You're a veteran.
Yeah.
Thanks for your service.
Yep.
I mean that.
Yeah, did 2 tours overseas, and I came home, went crazy, just PTSD, and haven't got right since, honestly.
You think that you started using drugs because of things that you saw in
Oh yeah,
the
absolutely.
military?
Yeah, there's not a day that don't go by I don't regret, like, not stay, like, being in there still, or just my life before, you know what I mean? Like, it sucks.
What are you comfortable talking about any of those things that you know made you want to come home and resort to releasing from yourself? I think you said getting outside of yourself is what.
Yeah, just to a certain extent. I guess like it's so much different. Like a military lifestyle is, like they say in the service, like this is like a civilian lifestyle. Where this is like our civilian life, and then when you're in the service, it's like. It's so much different. You're so structured, and you know, when I came home, I was like let free. It was like letting a dog out of a cage, you know, and friggin', it was bad because my mind was. I came home, I was drinking for like, I think my mom said for like 90 days straight. I was at the bar, didn't stop, and I remember I just started eating Percocets because they just made me feel good, and they just made me forget about everything over there and the depression and. Coming home, and I just felt good.
What were you trying to forget about from overseas?
Honestly, I don't even know, man. I really don't even know. I just missed it, I guess. I regretted like getting out and leaving. You know, I regretted it, and once I was out, it was like there's no turning back now. You know, because when I came home, I wound up getting in trouble. I wound up getting locked up. I had a record, so then I was basically screwed. I came home. I took the police department test, the fire department test. And I literally would have been a police officer, but I was working a job, 6P to 6A, chasing fires, like doing board ups and all. And I overslept for orientation for the police department. And they told me to come back next year. So at that time, I was basically already screwed with a record, and I got thefts and all that shit. It was
too late.
Yeah, it was a day late and a dollar short.
Yeah. What? How old are you?
I'm 34.
And how long you been here in Kensington on Kensington Avenue?
Shit, for like the last 3 years.
You sleeping out here on
Yeah,
the streets?
yeah, on and off.
Yeah.
Lately, a lot lately. It was summer, but I mean, the weather's nice, so.
So where do you sleep when you're sleeping on the streets?
Up on the tracks, in tents, in a tent.
And what about if you're not on the streets, where are you sleeping?
I know a couple people out here, like just from being out here for so long. I got to know a lot of people. I don't really do the stealing or robbing them when I scrap. So like I know a lot of people around here. And there's a couple nice people, like neighbors and all that I got to know, and they'll let me like sleep there once in a while or come there and shower. We were renting a room from me and this girl. We were renting a room from somebody over on Amber Street, and the dude's wife, I think, wound up dying or something. I forget what happened, and we wound up moving out of there. I think, or some shit like that. I think she died, and they got evicted. They got high too, though. Yeah.
So the 3 years you've been out here, what's the craziest thing that you've seen here, like on the streets of Kensington?
Shit. Every day there's something crazy shit happening. I mean, lately it's probably the tracks. Being up on the tracks, it's weird up there, and fucking things are so haunted. I mean, it's fucking weird. There's goofy shit that goes on up there, but I'll say probably all the shootings and murders or being robbed. With I've been out here for 3.5 years and I ain't wasn't robbed once until the last fucking 3 months. I got put on this block right here. I got a dude put me on my knees and a pistol on my friggin' forehead, and then he put it in my mouth, and I thought he was gonna blow my brains out. And then I got robbery around the corner on Clementine Street. The first time it was for $5, and the second time it was for $3 and a half a fucking bottle of Days Cola.
Somebody put a gun in your mouth for $5.
For $5, yeah. And he literally was gonna shoot me because I told him my girl was gonna get a Xanax, and she gave me I think she gave me like 5 ones or a $5 bill, and he told me there were samples or something. He was on a bike, and I was walking on this side of the street. She got scared because there was like I think there was a shooting right here at Kensington and Clearfield, and she got scared and she came right back. She said, "Can you just go?" And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." But I don't usually like go copper hunting because I have warrants and all, so I'm like nervous to do that. Like I don't want to go to jail. I got 3 stepsons, so. And like, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to we're trying to get our shit together now. It's been a while, but so I don't really go, but I did that day, and the dude was like, "Oh, yo, come here, here are samples." And he walked up next to me, put the gun on my hip, and usually, like, being overseas and like being trained, I would have reacted and took it from him, but he already was on me with a pistol, and I wasn't gonna do nothing stupid, so I just went with him, and I literally, he told me, he said, "Get on your knees and empty your pockets." I said, "Oh, dude, all I got is $5 bill on me." I told him I had a $5 bill, I think. And when I pulled out the 5 ones, it pissed him off. He said, "You told me you had a $5 bill, there's 5 ones. And he turned around and he pulled his hoodie up and tied it tight, and he racked around, and the dude was stupid. He didn't know he had a round chamber, because when he racked it, the bullet flew out. And then I think he poked me in the head with it, and then he was like talking shit to me, and then he put it in my mouth. And he said, "You ain't got nothing else?" I said, "Nah, bro, nah." And he turned and he's like, "All right, get the fuck up and get out of here. I'm not playing." So I got up and I ran down. I jumped on top of all the cars, and I ran on top of the cars so people would see me. And I ran on top of the roofs of the cars until I got to the corner, and I went back.
That scare you?
I mean, yeah, it did. It shook me up a little bit, but I mean, I've been overseas, so it's not like it's fucking. But it's a lot different out here, man. It's not like they shootings and the way they do shit out here. You got a better chance of dying in these streets in Kensington than you do overseas. 1,000%. 1,000%.
So. Tell me about a typical day. What's it look like, or a very difficult day that you remember recently? Just a really tough day for you.
Oh shit! Probably fucking. I'm gonna say probably.
Time you wake up?
I wake up early. I'm up probably 3:30, 4 o'clock. I get up. Because I can't sleep because I'm being up on the tracks. As soon as the birds start chirping, I'm up.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because when I'm home and I'm sober, I can sleep all day long. Mm-hmm. But when I'm getting high, I get up early and I get my day started. And I could be sick and I'm just up. Mm-hmm. And, I'm out and about. I get up and I gotta get to the scrapyard sometimes by 7, and I like to just get up early. I like to have my whole day, just so I don't like to miss nothing. Mm-hmm.
You get high every day?
Yeah, every day. Yeah, I got to. Being sick sucks.
You ever tried to quit?
Yeah. Yep. I was just actually talking about it a little bit ago.
Quitting?
Yep. I'm tired of it.
Have you experienced any sobriety and enjoyed it, or has it all just been like very short?
Yeah, I had 27 months clean before. I mean, granted, like 9 of them were from coming home from jail, but I could have easily got high in jail. Mm-hmm. When I was locked up, when I was in prison. But I come home and I was in a TC program.
What's that?
It's like a therapeutic community in jail. It's like kind of like rehab. It's like rehab in jail.
Okay.
And I went up meeting, like this dude came in there bringing meetings in. I got a sponsor. He went up taking me through like all the steps like and shit, and I did like really well. And I think I was with a girl or something, and they take you right back out there. That's what they say.
Relationships?
Yep, absolutely. They say you shouldn't have a relationship early in sobriety, and I learned that real quick.
Was she using too?
Nah, she was actually sober like 6 years or something.
Just got you off your square and got you all emotional, and then you decided to get high or drunk at her or something like that?
Nah, I just...
Didn't care anymore?
Yeah, they just pissed me off. She would just piss me off, dumb shit. I didn't really care, like, you know what I mean, like losing or nothing. Like, she just... Just the nonsense, I guess, the stress of it.
What's the worst thing you've ever done to feed your addiction? Something you're not proud of?
Probably robbing and stealing from my family, my mom, my sisters. That's probably the worst thing I've done. I don't do that no more. I don't like hurting people. I won't rob and steal from fucking no normal person in society. I mean, drug dealers or like scumbags that are out here. I'm sorry to say, but I will. That's a main world out here. So I will definitely take something from one of them because they'll do it right to me. Just drop of a dime. Mm-hmm. And it's been done plenty of times that they did it. You know what I mean? So. Is
the gun in your mouth the scariest thing that's ever happened to you out here?
No, probably the scariest thing that happened to me out here was when I got robbed with my girl actually, and they had a pit. They didn't put the pistol on me. I think the dude was a little scared because I was that night I was real goofy and I wasn't letting them do nothing stupid. But she wasn't. She was like being a knucklehead and she was calling my name, and I told her I was trying to give her the cry for help call to tell her to keep walking. And she's stubborn, she's yelling my name, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she walked over and they grabbed her and ripped her in the back of the car and they put a pistol right on her, I think in her stomach or her chest. And I thought they were going to shoot her because they were like young kids and they were like real shaky. Mm-hmm. That was probably the scariest thing, for sure.
You think you're going to die out here if you keep doing this?
Absolutely, yeah, eventually.
You ever thought about, reaching out to the VA or anything?
I tried to, but they're just a mess. It's not with trouble every time I reach out to them. The impact when I went there and to try to get my benefits and all going, and some dude this guy that's a vet out here, he's sober and has like an apartment on Frankfurt Ave. He was helping me, and I went there and they wanted like my deed. They didn't believe me that I was in. I know they know that I'm in the service. So all I got to do is type my name in the computer, my social. You could clearly see I was in the service. They wanted my DD 214 and all this extra shit. And there was no need for it. I think they were just doing it just to see if I was going to follow through it or just trying to make my life harder. And I just was like, fuck that. I just gave up on it.
Is there anything you miss from sobriety? Or life prior to addiction?
Oh yeah, home cooked meals.
What do you miss that the most? Home cooked
meals? Home cooked food and home cooked meals. My family, my sisters.
When's the last time you had a home cooked meal?
Shit, I couldn't even tell you when, honestly. I mean, they bring food and shit out here, but it ain't the same as a home cooked meal.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you last time.
You remember the last time you went to like a family dinner, like Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Fuck, I don't even know. I ain't been to one of them in a while because every time I was out on the streets, I was always either locked up for Christmas or like locked up for the main holidays. So I couldn't even tell you the last. Actually, I might have been home for one Christmas, but it wasn't nothing like special. It was maybe like, I think I might have been up self-help or something where I had a curfew and I was maybe around my family for a couple hours and I had to go back up there.
If I could give you a magic wand, man, and you could wave this thing and just have whatever you want, what would that look like for you?
Shit, probably sobriety and just a normal house.
Normal house?
Yeah, just basic shit. Money don't make me happy. Not at all. I already experienced that with the POA money that they gave out. I got 50 grand and that shit just made me more miserable.
Does anything make you happy anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen probably my girl and her kids happy. That's probably what makes me happy, I would say.
When's the last time you saw them?
Well, I'm with her all the time, but her kids, I don't really go around much because I don't want them to, I don't want to like, see me like high or put a bad impression on them. I don't want them to think nothing bad of me because they look up to me. They're young, so I don't want to make them think of me negatively.
I hope you get it, man. I hope that you can figure out how to get that normal house and that normal life and that sobriety. Because I mean, you know what's out there. I'm sure you see it every single day, right?
Absolutely.
You got any last words for us or for anybody watching?
Yeah, not all drug addicts are bad people. I mean, don't judge a book by its cover because you don't know what people have been through for real. That's basically my lace. I always say that, I mean, because people judge a book by its cover all the time.
Okay. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.